What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And in today's video, we have the 10-star difficulty teams versus the KIZUNA Clash Garp. Now, I'm going to be having a separate video just going briefly over the super bosses, and of course, as days progress, I'll likely upload additional videos discussing different team compositions and things that can happen and things that you can use in order to get around these certain boss fights that you guys are going to come up against. So the first few teams you guys are going to see are just random generic teams that you can use in order to beat the 10-star KIZUNAs. Now, remember that the 10-star KIZUNAs are the teams and the KIZUNA Clash points that will count towards the World Clash. The Super Boss, the 15-star difficulty, does not count towards your Super Boss or towards your World Clash event points. So you do have to be careful about that. You do want to play Super Boss for your alliance, but you also want to play the generic KIZUNA this time around, so you can actually get more World Clash points to innately give you more rewards. So it is up to your discretion on how you want to distribute your time on this KIZUNA, but of course, you know, just playing the KIZUNA in general is going to be the best way forward. You just need to play this event because you want to go ahead and pick up those Super Evolution Skulls for the Shanks Crew 6+, which is going to be absolutely awesome. But obviously, just talking about this team really briefly here, this is the team I did talk about in my preparation video. Goldie, Roger, we've got Yamato, Rayleigh. This is not the most optimal team ever. There isn't even an orb boost on this team, but these are just some units that I did throw together that were able to get around all of the gimmicks quite comfortably. Moving on to the secondary team versus Garp, I did make a minor change, I would say. If you are opting to use a team somewhat similar to this seems actually pretty good in terms of damage. I don't believe you have to use the Luffy special on stage 2. I'm pretty sure you can actually get away with just using the double special of the 5+ Uta, making sure to use the Luffy super type before activating the Uta special, of course, because Luffy's chain boost in his super type is more significant than Uta's chain boost in her special. But this gives you a defense down conditional boost and a full board of matching slots, and I believe that should be enough damage in order to get through this. Final Tap Luffy does have double stats during this KIZUNA Clash as well, so he makes it a lot easier to just kill these mini bosses, despite the fact that Ace is going to be harder to kill because he is a DEX enemy and you are predominantly building a quick focus team. So I believe you can get away without using the Luffy special there, which allows you to use 2 Luffys on the final stage, giving you access to a huge attack boost and a big orb boost. You've got color affinity, you've got the chain boost from a secondary Luffy super type, you've got a really good conditional boost, you've got base attack boost, you've got tap timing chain effects. It's actually a really solid team, but of course I did kind of fail by using the Luffy special early, but I believe you can get away without doing that. And then, of course, we have our final team, which is versus the DEX variation. To be honest, I wasn't really the biggest fan of this team. It does work, but it's not great. You know, Togi, her power level has definitely decreased quite a fair bit since her release, which is kind of disheartening because this unit is still a lot of fun to use, and it is very unique with how she is built, and she's like the only unit in the game that can do what she does. So, you know, you gotta put respect on her name due to that, but I will say that in terms of the raw damage and power level of this character, it is drastically reduced from what it previously was. So the whole focus of this team is that we're using Toki to give us mass damage boost on stage 2, because the stage 2 mini bosses in KIZUNAs these days are actually pretty difficult to take down. Now, there is going to be a damage reduction and a resilience buff on stage 2, so we use the crocodile in order to remove that, and then we have matching slots and the Toki buffs on our captains. We use a secondary Toki on the 2 middle characters. The reason for that is that when we reach the final stage, the middle robe will be inflicted with bind, and this enables us to not even have to worry about it at all, which is pretty awesome. And then on the last stage, we have Chopper with the support of Nami, which enables us to remove 6 turns of Threshold, which is what occurs after level 31. Brook gets around Despair, gives us a chain boost, and then Law enables us to get a full board of slots and a chain boundary. So realistically, if you do attack with everything in the right order and getting all the chain buffs activated, I guess this team actually will do pretty good damage, especially because you do get access to super type effect of Toki, getting super type innately, as well as getting a color affinity boost. And then the last half of this video is going to be dedicated to the one team versus all that I briefly discussed in my preparation video that came out a few days ago. And this team is pretty solid, honestly, utilizing Snake Man Luffy. We have Zoro, Anniversary Zoro of course, and we've got Bobbin and Beppo, as well as the KIZUNA Brook that came out a while back. The main reason why he is good is because he's one of the only really solid units that can get around 6 turns of bind with his special that synergizes with the gimmicks of the KIZUNA. And what I mean by that is that, you know, you need certain colors and classes to actually receive the cooldown, and I believe it's Psy, Dex, and Quick, as well as also being Free Spirit. I think if you have a unit that overlaps with all of those 3, they get cooldown on every single fight. And Brook is one of those characters that can remove all of the bind, so he just works perfectly here. And then of course Mark, you know, Friend Captain, not only just because the unit is amazing for all of the fights, but also because it gives you additional Super Boss coins and additional tickets. So if you are able to build teams with Mark, you know, it is going to be your best way forward in this KIZUNA to get more tickets and boss tokens in order to help out your alliance and your overall success in this KIZUNA clash. So that is going to wrap it up from me. I will be uploading another video very shortly, going through the Super Boss very briefly with just some initial teams, and hopefully you guys do go on to enjoy it. So if you guys did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, but other than that, I'll catch you guys within the next video.